Hi, my name's Tasha Smith, and I'm the founder of Emerge Sales Training, which is a sales training and coaching company where we really help network marketing, direct sales, beginners, or people that don't have experience start to build their business by teaching you how to effectively communicate your ideas, products, and services so that you can be more successful right away. So this is an example appointment for essential oils. This is the exact outline that I used in my first 3 essential oil appointments. So it's really geared towards beginners. And I made 2 sales out of those 3 appointments and with a $150 average order. So just to give you an idea as far as why I'm showing you this appointment versus maybe a more advanced one, is it's really a great starting off point as you get started, and you can adapt it to whichever product that you want. Now, this is an example also of a phone appointment. Normally, I use Google Hangouts or Skype. I'm just using a webinar platform just for the ease of use for this example. So I'm in a meeting with my friend, Charlie. So let's go ahead and start the appointment. And I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. A few things that I have on hand. I have my outline, which I'm going to pretty much read from. And I have a piece of paper so I can take notes on what Charlie says. And I have a copy of the price list just in case. Also have a pen and some water. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So Charlie, can you say hi?
Hi.
Okay, all right. Okay, Charlie, so let's go ahead and start our appointment. Now, before we get started on explaining what essential oils are and going over the most commonly used ones, I really love to take a few minutes to get to know you better. Now, at the end, I'll help you figure out what to get based on your situation. My part will take about 20 minutes. So how does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, good. So what are some things that you would want to make sure that you learn about today? About essential.
I would like to know what oils are useful to me, or what would benefit me the most, or what the ones that I would use the most, and then obviously the price. I think those are the 2 things that would be most significant to me.
Okay. Anything else?
No, not off the top of my head.
Okay. Now, what are some of your most important health goals, Charlie?
Personally, I like to keep fit as far as keeping my weight down, or not putting on too much weight. As well, I also like to stay physically fit, so like exercise, and then just generally healthy, and as much as possible. But weight is probably my biggest concern, or biggest goal that I'm striving for, is keeping my weight down, and then along with that goes eating healthy and just exercising on a regular basis.
Okay. What about for your family?
For my family, my kids kind of have allergies, so they have runny noses and stuff like that kind of on a regular basis if they don't take their allergy medicine regularly. And then I'm also just kind of a germaphobe and paranoid parent, where I think that anytime they sneeze, they have the Zika virus or Ebola or something. So so just trying to maintain them and make sure that they are generally healthy and growing and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, great. How old are your kids? And well, tell me a little bit about your family, I guess. We didn't even talk about that.
Oh, okay. Well, my wife works from home, and then my kids my oldest one is about to turn 6 at the end of the month, or near the end of the month. And then my younger one is 3.5, and she turns 4 in August. I have 2 girls. Zoe is my older one, and Haley is my younger one. And Yeah, they're pretty active. Zoe's really into sports, and Haley kind of is, but she's a little young to get the rules, I guess, and play along with the way the game is supposed to be played. She wants to play things her way, so which is I'm guessing is natural. But also Haley also loves playing school with her stuffed animals and her kids or kids as she calls them. So. But yeah, they're both really good, and they keep growing, which is good and bad. But they're a lot of fun, and they're both pretty active kids, so that's good.
Okay, great. Now, there are a couple other health goals that a lot of people have. So tell me if any of these apply to you as well, just because I don't want to bore you with information that doesn't make sense to you. People will talk about maybe like skincare stuff, like if they have rashes. They'll also think about like, I guess moodiness is the best way to explain it. So just keeping, like stress stuff, like some of that emotional, some of those emotional goals like stress or not being able to sleep, being able to sleep better, stuff like that. Not getting sick is a big one too. Do any of those also apply to you and your family?
I think, yeah, well, I guess the stress and the moodiness, that's more of my issue. In that well, at least when my kids don't cooperate, quote unquote, or like they don't always fall in line the best I would like them to. That makes me moody and stressed out. That probably also stresses them out. I do get really dry skin, so I do kind of like if I don't pay attention to it, then my skin will kind of break out a little bit and get drier than I should. So I'm kind of like constantly applying lotion to my hands in particular. Yeah, when you mentioned skin, that was definitely something that came to mind. Yeah, stress. I mean, like my job is, I think I would say average stress level. It's not like excessively stressful. I mean, it's a job. Your work is work, right? But yeah, I guess I would say the more stressed out I am is when I ask my kids to do something and they say no, and then I have to try and get into or I go into well, you better listen mode. So that stresses everyone else out. So those two examples hit the nail on the head for me as far as or at least personally. I think other than that, like those stress and I can't think of any other maybe health things that off the top of my head that are of concern or circumstance. So.
Okay, great. So what I have written down is staying fit, eating healthy, allergies, germaphobe, some of the stress just from having kids that are small, right? And all like the fighting and stuff, and dry skin. Does that sound about right?
Yes, I think that's about right.
Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a little PowerPoint just to help things kind of so you can look at them visually. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that now. Okay, can you see it okay?
Yes, I can see it fine.
Welcome to
Discover Essential Oils.
Yeah, okay, cool. So let me tell you, Charlie, just a little bit about my story and how I got into essential oils. My dad's a doctor, so I grew up with prescriptions for pretty much everything, but it's not like I really like that. And I ran into a friend of mine at karate, and she's just like, essential oils changed my life. And I never even heard about them to be honest, or maybe I'd heard of them but didn't know anything about them. So I was intrigued enough by her conviction to go to one of her class, and it ended up just being good timing because I personally get really, really bad allergy and asthma and stuff, and I have to go on a lot of medications when the winds in Southern California pick up. And she was able to help me get a few oils to help me boost my immune system and improve my breathing and stuff. And I was able to get through that season without being able to, go on as many medicines as I would have liked, just because I was healthier. And as I gain more and more experience with using the different ones, I just become really a lot more impressed with all the positive effects they have on my family. And so that's just kind of how I got into it. Charlie, what do you already know about doTERRA or essential oils in general?
Actually, personally, I don't know anything. I just know. No, I don't know anything. Actually, no, I don't. I was going to say I don't. I just see some friends on Facebook and their ads that they have about deals that they have going on. But other than that, like the product itself, I don't know. I don't know anything about.
Okay, great. So let me give you an overview. So what the heck is an essential oil? So essential oils are extracted from plants and they're highly concentrated, and they have the natural healing properties of plants. And so essential oils have been used really throughout history. And they're a lot more potent than just regular herbs. So an example on there is that 1 drop of peppermint. So if you wanted to feel better and have peppermint tea, 1 drop of peppermint essential oil, it's really concentrated, is the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's all natural. And I'll tell you a little bit about doTERRA. So doTERRA is one of the largest essential oil distributors in the world, working with families who use natural solutions for their everyday life. And so families turn to us when their current approach to health is not achieving the results it was supposed to. They're tired of using chemical concoctions for literally everything, and they're confused by all the natural options out there. And they just don't really have time to research it all. And they don't, want to spend a lot of money on something that isn't going to work. They want more energy to do the things that they love without the side effects of stimulants, and they want to increase the overall quality of life for their family. And so doTERRA offers a full line of essential oil kits to support your family's health goals, whatever they are. And what makes doTERRA different than what you would find in a grocery store or Walmart or a lot of other companies is the quality. doTERRA has raised the bar in the industry. There are no fillers, no artificial ingredients, no dilution. The plants are grown in their ideal environments, and the oils go through 5 levels of testing to ensure purity and potency. So this means when you see the doTERRA label, you can be assured that you'll get the highest health benefits from the essential oils. Now, there's a few different ways to use essential oils. One is aromatically, and earlier you mentioned a little bit about stress. So when you put them in a diffuser, or you put them on your hands and then smell them, it really helps to affect the mood. You can run them through a diffuser, certain ones, and it'll purify the air and help with breathing, because everyone in the room is basically breathing it in. Or if you put it on your hands. Topically, you can use essential oils and just put it right on your skin or the bottom of the feet. So earlier you mentioned dry skin and rashes. With the right combination, you can put that right on your skin. Or you can put them on the bottom of your feet as well. So even when you put it on your skin, it works really fast. It enters the bloodstream in 30 seconds, and you can also dilute it with coconut oil so you don't get irritation. Some of the essential oils you can also take internally. So you can just stick them in some water and drink it. You can use them to cook, and it'll go through your body that way, which is very, very cool. Now, you want to make sure you use essential oils safely. Now, you don't have to worry. They're pretty simple. So don't put them in your eyes, ears, nose, or other sensitive areas. Dilute it with coconut oil, not water, because water and oil separate, right? So it's not going to work. Follow the directions, and just if you're not sure if you should be drinking it or using it in food, just the one way you can tell is if the bottle has supplemental facts on it. If you are drinking it, use glass or stainless steel so the oil doesn't pull the stuff out of the plastic. What's nice is that when you get a kit, the kit comes in a box with basically the flap of the box tells you what to use. Like it gives you a summary of all the oil. You're not gonna have to memorize all of this. It's all gonna be on the inside of the box where you're gonna keep the essential oils. Okay. Are you there?
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yep.
So does that help you to understand a little bit more about what they are and how they're used?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Do you have any questions that have come up so far?
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
No, I was just thinking that but you're essentially you were answering because you were talking about typical like over the market or prescription medications being chemicals, and I was thinking that aren't the oil like some of they're chemicals and oils, but those are natural chemicals if they're so it's you answered it by going through the presentation. So
all right, awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about our 10 most popular oils. This is not all of them, but obviously I wouldn't want to completely overload you, but these are the ones that most people start with. All right, so the first oil in your kit is lemon, and you can use this to put you or your family in a good mood. It also purifies the air. We know that lemon and water helps you cleanse your system, so imagine concentrated lemon. And it can also break up some of that mucus in the back of your throat, or you can combine it with honey for a sore throat. So earlier you mentioned that your kids have allergies. This is a good one that you can use, for some of the post-nasal stuff. Mm-hmm. And then also just being in a good mood. This is something that has a really positive effect. Lavender. So this is to calm you down. So you mentioned stress. You can just see looking at the slide, it's very calming, right? So think about stress, think about sleeping better, tension. You can also mix this with Melaleuca, which I'll talk about in a little bit, for like an owie spray for cuts. So if you're like itching, you said the dry skin, if you get cuts on it, you put some owie spray on that, and that should help with that. All right, what do you think about that one, Charlie?
That looks good.
All right, perfect.
That sounds good.
Awesome. The next oil in your kit is peppermint. This is good to use with a headache to just kind of relieve some of that stuff. It's also great to boost your energy. So you mentioned earlier that you eat healthy and you like to exercise. So have you ever woken up and you're supposed to exercise and you're super groggy and you're not interested?
Most days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could drop some peppermint in your hand and take a good whiff, and that's going to increase your alertness and open up your respiratory airwaves and stuff. So to help you get a breath of fresh air. And so it helps with breathing. It also can reduce bloating, gas, and occasional digestion. Does that sound good?
Yes, it does, definitely.
All right, awesome. Okay, so the next oil in your kit is Melaleuca. This is great to boost your immune system and protect against seasonal stuff. This is also really, really good for your skin. So this is the one that you would use with the lavender, maybe on any cuts that your kids get or that you get from your rashes. The next oil in your kit is oregano. And this is like major immune system. So let's say your kids go to school and they're in daycare, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So let's say one of them gets sick and you don't want to get sick. To boost your immune system, you'll use a lot of these immune boosters so that everybody in the house doesn't get sick.
Okay.
Okay. Earlier you mentioned you're kind of a germaphobe, your words, not mine. So this is On Guard, and this is the protective blend. And so this is one that you can use for immune support. It also will basically clean stuff. So an example is a friend of mine had a friend who diffused On Guard in their classroom, and she taught biology. And none of the 3 dishes grew because the On Guard was killing the bacteria in the room. So this is another one where if one person gets sick, start diffusing the On Guard. It'll kill, whatever, disinfect basically whatever they touch. So that way it will reduce the chances that everyone in the family gets it. So this is another one for immunity, and I guess kind of addresses that particular germaphobe issue that you have.
Okay.
All right. You probably see yourself using that one a lot, huh?
Yeah, probably.
You might want to get a couple bottles of that one. All right. The next oil in your kit is frankincense, and you may recognize this from, the Christmas Story. And this is amazing, amazing for your skin. It's also a booster for your other oils. So when you combine this with other oils, it makes them stronger and have better effects. Also really, really good for mood, to increase your mood.
Okay.
This is Digest Zen. So is it safe to assume if one of your concerns is eating healthy that sometimes you don't?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. So let's say recently it was Easter. So let's say you go to Easter and you eat way, 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 way too much and your stomach hurts, right? This is something that you can rub on your stomach and it'll help you to feel a lot better after a huge meal. So this is not one that most people use every single day, but it's definitely one that you're going to want to have to help with digestion when you need it. Okay. So I took this with me. I just recently got back from a trip from Texas, and I knew we were going to eat barbecue and Tex-Mex and country fried steak and lots of ice cream, right? We were going to have a good time. So this is one that I just kept in my backpack for after every meal, and it really helped.
Cool.
All right, so the next oil in your kit is Breathe, and this is a respiratory blend. So this is going to help you to, you or your kids, you mentioned allergies, to clear airways, easy breathing. It's great at night to help you sleep and be calm. This is also one that most people rip through the fastest, especially if they, get really, really stuffed up. So kind of like the On Guard. And this also just helps with the calming effect that I think you mentioned you would probably like to have in your house.
Right.
The next oil, and I think this is the last one that I'm going to go over, is Deep Blue. So this is for aches and pains due to exercise or housework or bad knees or if you sleep funny. So let's say you're working out and you're very sore because you pushed yourself or maybe even you hurt yourself. This is one that you would apply to that to help promote a lot of the healing and the soothing and stuff. So I have a bad knee from college, so I could put this on my knee before I work out, so that'll help a little bit, or afterwards as well. Also, I hurt my shoulder from sleeping funny. So this is good for that. So this is one that you personally would probably use because of all the exercising you do.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And then I don't have a picture of it here, but a lot of the kits, they'll come with a diffuser, which I mentioned. And so what that is you put in some water, a few drops, and it's going to basically send it in vapors throughout the room and fill up the room.
Okay.
So that way you can use it a couple different ways. So everybody can benefit from the effects, especially for the stress or the fighting. Probably everyone needs it.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Okay, so those are the 10 basic essential oils. What do you think?
I think they sound good. I don't know if you know this. This is a question kind of going back to the production of the oils. Like you said that it's an extract from plants. Is there any other anything else they do in order to get it into this oily form, or is it, when they extract it, is it oil?
I don't know, but I can write that down and let you know. What I do know is they don't add any things to it. There's no flavors or stuff like that. So the question is, so they take it out of the plants, and then how does it become oil?
Yeah.
I have never gotten that question. Are you a scientist?
Yes, actually I am.
Okay, well, that explains that. All right, I will find out the answer to that question and probably get back to you tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, good. So I wrote that down. Okay, so
Okay.
earlier you also mentioned the prices, so let me go over that for you. Okay, so this is, I'm going to show you our two most popular options that really make the most sense to get started. So the first
Okay.
is the Home Essentials Kit, and it comes with all the 10 oils we covered today. You can see that over to the right, that deep blue is a little bit smaller, so that's a 5 milliliter bottle, but everything else is 15 milliliters. And
Oh, okay.
15 milliliters is like 270 drops, so in essence, 270 servings, right? Some
Yeah. Okay.
use faster than others. It really just depends on how often you're using it.
Right.
And this kit comes with a pedal diffuser. And the
Okay.
other kit is the most popular kit is the Family Physicians Kit. And that comes with all the oils we talked about today in 5 milliliter bottles.
Mm-hmm.
So not as many, but you can see that the price is different. And then some beadlets that you can take as like, so you can take them almost like pills. Makes it a little easier. So the Home Essentials Kit, I mean, that's 3 times the oils and a diffuser for about $100 more, which makes it a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, which kit do you think makes the most sense to you?
Actually, I would think the Home Essentials kit would make the most sense because it has the most oil and it comes with the diffuser.
Okay, sounds great. So do you want to go ahead and get that kit, Charlie?
Yeah, I think so. I think that would make sense. Yeah, that would be a good deal.
Okay, cool. So we're we're on the computer now. So now what we can do is just go straight to the website, fill out the order, and it takes about 3 to 4 days to arrive at your house. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's great. That's pretty cool.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
All right, so now I'm gonna stop the screen share. All right, so that was the example of the phone appointment with Charlie. So you can see that I used a little PowerPoint to keep things easy and ask Charlie a lot of questions. So that's the rest of it. I hope you really enjoyed this video and it was really helpful. If you have any questions, you can email me at tasha@emergesalestraining.com, or you can check out a lot of other material that we have at emergesalestraining.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.